Hello, Dionysus of the internet. We're back with another Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
That was probably our most awkward intro you've ever done so far. I thought you were really gonna go into it, but all the stutters and the pauses.
I thought you were gonna say the next part. I thought you.
What next part do I have to say? Hello, guys.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't
Just hello. That works too. I suppose so. It's not a segue or anything. It continues it on. Okay, all right, okay. Hi everyone, Dionysus people. What's up? It's another month has gone. It's time for another monthly podcast of our lives.
Yeah.
Ben, what's been happening in your life so far?
Well,
By the way, we're recording this early in the morning because I'm suddenly back on the late streams. Late streams? Oh god, it's all falling apart. The late shifts.
yeah. Oh, are you on those permanent now? Or
It's
not
no. It's variety. So sometimes I've got morning shifts. Sometimes I've got evening shifts. I've done about 2 weeks of nothing but pure morning shifts, which means getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning for most days. So now that I'm finally back on a bit more late shifts, it's a bit more of a break now. It's funny. Like you remember last year, right? I was absolutely wishing for morning shifts more than anything in the world, and now I'm a little bit like, be careful what you wish for now, because every single time I finish a morning shift, I'm fucking exhausted. But at the same time, each shift comes with its pros and cons, you know? Yeah. So, morning shifts, for example, the pros of that are once I finish a shift, I've got the whole day left, provided that I don't have a morning shift shortly after, which means I've got to go sleep early, like at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Also, I get to have a swim after, which is always nice. The cons are, of course, I've got to get up super fucking early. And if I've got too many morning shifts in a row, I literally do not have energy to do anything after my shift. Like, I'll be back at home and it's like 3-hour nap and the day has gone and I'm thinking, fuck, I've actually had less day to do stuff during a morning shift than I would have done a late shift at times because I'm that exhausted. So they do build up after a while, which is always nice when I've got like, so my perfect week is probably 2 morning shifts and 2 evening shifts, because they just work hand in hand together so much better. Just like instead of just like 4 of the same shift in a row, because after that, like, because the times are just so extreme, they do kind of take their toll after a while. So it's nice to mix it up, where it's like, oh, morning shift, wake up early, okay, fine, 2 days. Back on the evening shift, I get a lay-in, and I get back home later, and I can, like, you know, have a lay-in the next day.
Yeah, that's nice.
So
that's good, man.
Yeah, it's kind of how you balance my my exhaustion factor when it comes to, like, work.
Oh, that's good, man. I've in terms of my work, it's actually possibly starting to like come back again.
What is happening with your work? Yeah, because you went back and then you had that training thing that wasn't meant for you, and then you just haven't gone back to work since then.
It was meant for me. It's just that I couldn't do it because it was because of the whole COVID thing, they weren't paying for cabs home, and that would mean that
that's right. Yeah,
I would have to get the bus, and I wouldn't get home till 5 in the morning after doing a 12-hour shift.
Ugh. Oh, that's 2
in the morning, and then a travel home. It would take me until 5 in the morning to get home.
Have you ever finished work at 2 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh man, couldn't do that. That's too late even for me.
Well, like, after the Euro is over, I think they're gonna start, because they're gonna start doing events again. I think, like, they seem like they're finding other places. So.
I can't wait for events to start again. I'm absolutely craving a gig. I just want to lose myself and go apeshit in some heavy music with some like-minded people. I miss it so much. Hey?
Have you got any gigs booked?
Nope. But I know they're slowly coming back, so I should probably get on there.
I think Download happened actually not too long ago.
Download kind of, sort of happened, yeah. It was, I can't remember how Sarah put it, but like, yeah, it's just hard to kind of like get on there and start getting tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been that long. I feel like I'm still in that lethargic sort of like, that lethargic feeling.
Everything's gonna sell out so quick as well because people are all itching to go.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be really weird.
It's gonna be proper hard to get like tickets to the sort of stuff.
Yeah. Thing is as well is that like we're getting vaccinations, but COVID is still sort of on the prowl. And having like everyone all mixed together in a single like space in a concert is a bit like whoa.
Yeah, COVID is definitely still around.
Yeah. Well, we've been vaccinated now, Ben, so we're doing alright.
Yeah, we got our first vaccination.
Got the first one down. Second one's next.
Yeah.
How did you react to it, Ben? I'm sure people are curious. Not so well from what I heard.
No, it did not go well for me. Well, actually, I had like the first day I got it, I was like fine, and then the next morning I was dead tired, and all I wanted to do was sleep.
Yeah.
And then the day after that, I had a headache for like 2 days, and it was like making me go to sleep again. So
yeah, that's been the common consensus on reactions to the first vaccine. Just tired as fuck.
Yeah, and just headaches.
I was alright, luckily. When I first got my vaccination, I was like, oh yeah, cool, I had a little jab in my arm, whatever. And there was a little like pain there for a little bit, but it was honestly like the most minuscule pain ever. And then the day after, I felt like there was like a... How do I explain it? Like someone like, I don't know, installed a dumbbell in my skull because I felt really heavy.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely feel the effects of that after. But I wasn't like bedridden or anything like that.
It didn't help that when I was getting my vaccination, I got out of clinic and I was sitting on the chair, and I don't know, the person before me must have been like a massive baby, because like before I went in, all I heard was this massive scream.
Was it a big deep manly scream?
Yeah, it was like like I could hear it. It went through the fucking door. I thought the doors were meant to be soundproof or something.
That's like when you're a child and you're lying up to the fucking dentist and like your parents saying, "Don't worry, it won't be so bad. It's just a little checkup." You just hear these screams of doom and like on the other side of it, like the kid's gonna be fine. Hello.
Yeah, it did put me a little bit on edge. And then when I went in, it actually did hurt when I got my injection, because like I'm not good with needles anyway.
Nah.
And I was like thinking, okay, don't tense up, don't tense up, don't tense up.
And what did you do?
I tensed up.
You tensed up?
Yeah, and it fucking hurt.
Man, I can't remember how it went mine. My doctor was really nice. I was just talking to her about my job and like the football, and that was it.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's alright.
And like she literally just snuck it in there, like while I was talking, like mid-conversation. She was actually quite clever. I was going, oh yeah, so today this happened, and literally as soon as I said that, I just felt it go on my arm. I thought, oh shit, well, I better continue then, because this is the right way to go about it. Not gonna lie.
Mine wasn't that great. I mean, she was more patronising more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you scared of needles? And I was like, yeah, a little bit. And she's like, oh, it'll be fine, don't worry. And like she said that, I don't know if she did the other person or was in the other room, but I definitely heard like the screaming, and I was like, oh my god, is this actually gonna hurt? She goes, don't look at the needle and you'll be fine. I'm like, don't remind me I'm here to take the injection.
I feel like the best way to alleviate someone's fear of needles is to, not actually remind them of the said needle.
I know, that's why she was like, oh, so you better not look at the injection. It's like, well, fuck no.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I did close my eye, but I still tensed up because I knew it was happening.
Who wants to look at a needle go like, I don't know, 2.5 centimeters deep into your arm?
Crack addicts? I don't know.
Probably. I'm sure they're used to it by now. Ugh.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that was the injection. Other stuff, we're still trying to move, like, my dad's, both places. We're still trying to move my mum's, my grandpa passed away a while ago, you know.
Yeah.
And he left us the flat, and we're still trying to get rid of that. And the guy's been, like, so we had a deal, right?
Yep.
That if we got the house sorted and everything by the 30th, like, got everything underway.
Or June?
Of this month.
Okay.
No, of the month that passed.
June, yeah.
Yeah. he would take his offer, because there's like this thing called stamp duty in the UK.
Yeah.
That is like right now going on. That's like making things cheaper for like people to buy houses. Unfortunately, because this guy gave us the muck around, it's his own fault. He wanted to have everything like all like, I don't know, like he kind of mucked us around a bit.
Yeah.
And in the end, it was his own solicitor's fault that he didn't complete, and now he wants us to drop the price by 12,000. My mum doesn't want to do that.
Oh, that's quite a fair bit.
Yeah, especially from what it was at, and she didn't want to drop it 12,000 to pay his stamp duty, because that's unheard of and no one does that.
Fuck me, yeah, what?
yeah, it's really dumb. But it's just because the government stamp duty thing's like a bonus right now. It's not meant to be taken as like, oh yeah, because I didn't make it, you can drop the price of your house. Like,
obviously, like these people are gonna take advantage of it in some shape or form, aren't they?
Yeah, and this wouldn't happen on a usual case, like if there was no stamp duty. So it's kind of screwed us over a bit.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, it's sales, isn't it? So of course they're gonna.
So now we're just waiting. Like my mum's like gone and said like, nah.
Yeah.
We're not dropping the price of the house.
Yeah, had opposite effect there. These grubby bastards are capitalising on it.
He's super rich as well, which is also really annoying.
Yeah.
Like he's mega rich and he can afford it, and he just doesn't want to pay it. So it's like, yeah, this is why he's rich though, you know, like these people,
stingy as fuck.
Don't spend their money. Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah, that's a bit annoying. So we're probably not gonna get the house sold as we thought.
No shit. Sorry to hear.
And moving my nan out of her place at the same time that this is all going on with my grandpa's flat.
Yeah, that's all happening for you guys right now.
There's a lot of like stuff. I've been doing like a lot of like moving boxes and stuff in the attic up my.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
And stuff, which is that attic is terrifying. No one's been up there for like 25 years or something.
Yeah.
There's like massive spiders and like I thought I was like in a Hollow Knight sort of situation at one point, because there was like I've never seen this before. There was a spider's web, right?
Yeah.
And it was like crystallized, and I was like, what the hell?
Sounds beautiful.
Well, it's a crystallized spider web. What kind of spider is living up here? It was like that spider web had been there for so long that it crystallized.
Yeah, that's a sign that it belongs to the bugs.
Yeah, the place.
25 years.
Yeah, we're just disturbing its nest. Like,
fucking hell.
This is our place.
Did you touch it?
No, I didn't get rid of it.
Oh, I would have been so curious to see if it was actual crystal.
But I've been moving boxes up and down from that, so that's been
getting your work out of it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there's been a lot going on.
I've installed a pull-up bar now in my garage, which is basically not even a garage anymore. It's got like it's full of my dad's cupboards, and his drum kit's there, and his punch bag is in there, and all his like trophies are like on top of the wardrobes. All the wardrobes are basically in front of what would have been the garage door, and he's basically turned it into a man cave.
Yeah.
And as you've seen, we put the pull-up bar there, but we made it from the leg of a sofa.
It looks good as well.
Yeah, it's not bad
like
considering.
It's gonna hold and everything.
Yeah, we totally improvised a bit, but yeah, it's like one of those like legs of like a sofa, where you know, it's like joined in. It's like it's like a handlebar. Yeah. And we actually found that in a tip, and we grabbed it, and then we got
one man's trash is another man's gold.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah. We got wood. We can't just like hand it to the wall. We got a bigger piece, like a thicker piece. Must be about like I don't know. I think they're 4 inches. Basically, like just hammered and screwed them all together, just so it would like stick outward from the wall. So when you're doing your pull-ups, you don't like scrape your knee against it or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then we stopped the handlebar there, drilled it together, and yeah, it's come out pretty decent. You hang on to it, and
it looks good.
You can barely feel it like bend or like it's about to fall off at all.
I tried it as well.
Yeah, like it's pretty stable.
It is.
Now I've just got to motivate myself to use it.
Yeah, you just got to use it, man.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do like pull-up bars, so that was like like even at gym I never really did it. But I tried yours and like I'm so small that I have to like actually you've lifted it, you put it up so high, which is kind of the point, to jump up and grab it.
Yeah, so you don't come back down. Yeah. All you can do is go up and not down.
Yeah. All you can do is go up and not down. I did one pull up.
Congrats. That's alright. I can only manage like 4, 5 at the moment.
Yeah, I've never really done the pull-ups and then been one for it. But I know it's good upper body strength.
Oh yeah, it's honestly like the pinnacle of upper body strength.
It is.
It just does everything in your upper body, like everything. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's why you get so exhausted when you've done like a single pull-up. It's like,
yeah, because it takes all your upper body to lift.
Yeah, like the energy meter just fucking drains. It drops to 0 after one.
Yeah.
That's why they're so effective.
Yeah, it's true. You made it sound like it's like really shoddy, but it actually is really good.
Hey man, I mean whatever works, whatever you put up on. Like on the old house, I literally used the
you used the bar at the top, didn't you?
Not even a bar. It was like it was like so you know you've got like outdoor gardens and you've got like a how do I explain it? I'm really bad at these. Like you got like the wooden bit.
Yeah.
It hangs over. It's like a fucking like big giant like piece of wood, and they're in rows. I just used one of those. Yeah. It was just part of the structure of like the outside wooden thing that a lot of gardens have. I just used that back in the old house.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't got that now, so we had to make our own.
Yeah. I mean, it works, man. It's definitely you should get on that. Keep trying.
Yeah, I should, just like with my swimming. But hey, the morning shifts build up, and I lose energy and motivation.
Yeah. I mean, I need to get on
pick up the arse to get these things done.
Did it yesterday. I need to carry on my exercise. I need to get more exercise in. I've actually not been getting a lot, other than obviously moving boxes and stuff. I haven't actually been doing a lot of exercise lately. I've been kind of slacking on that front.
It's half hard to get into exercise when a lot's going on in your life, I say.
Yeah, it is true, but exercise does kind of keep you grounded as well.
That's the thing, yeah. Once you motivate yourself, it does help. For example, swimming after a morning shift literally wakes you the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you might not be motivated to do so because you are tired, but when you do, it's amazing how much just like 25 minutes of having your face submerged with water will do you. Like, it does you really well.
No, it does. I miss swimming. I really want to go swimming again. I haven't been swimming in so long. I used to go swimming at my local pool as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I haven't, just because everything's been going on, we just have not gone anywhere.
Exactly. Ah, shit. Getting away. Gotta get out of the way before you start getting out of your way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, I mean, last month we had a lot of interesting gaming news going on. God,
we did, but before then, it was my birthday.
It was his birthday. We had a lovely celebration.
Oh, yeah. I had a really funny birthday. Yeah, on my actual birthday. So, it was funny. So, I got a monitor.
Oh yeah.
But there were no speakers installed in it.
Yeah.
I went to my sound settings to try and join up to the second monitor, and I was like, why isn't it reading it? What the fuck? And then I started like fiddling about with the monitor myself, and because usually monitors have like their own like buttons where you can turn the sound up and down. And it didn't have anything like that, so I thought, what? This is really weird. Are you telling me this monitor doesn't have speakers?
I've never heard of them.
That was the first time where I ever learned that they make some monitors about speakers.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. That's honestly.
And I'm like, whose bright idea was it to get a monitor where you're gonna like watch something or play a game, and there are no fucking speakers installed? I mean, yeah,
you told me that. I was like, are you sure it isn't like default or something?
I mean, yeah, you could say like, oh, just get like a HDMI adapter and like get speakers, but that's fucking effort to get accessories that could have just been inbuilt with the monitor itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's a 24-inch one. I thought, fuck this. So I refunded it. I boxed it all up. I sent it back to Amazon, and I got a 27-inch one instead.
Nice.
LED curves, 1080p pixel HD.
Wait, did you say curves?
Yeah.
Ooh, mate.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, very nice curve.
Have you tried it already?
Yeah, I have. I played Resident Evil 7 and Scarlet Nexus on it, and yeah, it's a pretty decent looking screen. It's like I'm not used to having it on top of my desk 'cause it's massive, but once you visit again, yeah, you'll see it.
Ooh, good.
It's really nice, yeah. And we were gonna go to my this is a story. Right, so on my birthday, me and my family were gonna go to the local carvery, which is, all you can eat gammon, turkey, beef, roast potatoes and Yorkshire pudding. All that good stuff. I love that shit. You guys know how much I love my carveries. Like, I've missed it ever since lockdown. And luckily I went to the carvery before for Father's Day. I took my dad there.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely lovely. So we thought, 2 weeks later, let's take Joe there for his birthday too. Yeah, cool. Can't complain. I love a carvery. Let's go. Thank you very much. So we get there. We get our beers. The way they do it is that they give you one of those little devices that like vibrate when it's your time to go.
Yeah.
We were waiting for 20 minutes, and the thing finally goes off. We've had our booze. We walk up there to the line, and suddenly we hear a little bit of a commotion going on. There's this guy and this woman, and basically they're at the end, and they're complaining to the manager. And basically, they were saying that, well, she was going like, why are you talking to everyone else? You need to focus on me. Like, this is really bad. I can't believe you paid for this shit, and this is happening. And the poor guy's like, yeah, I know, but what everyone else too? Like, not just us. It's like, honestly, the whole restaurant should be held accountable for this. We're thinking, what the fuck's what's going on? What we walked into? And but then we look at the selection of food that's there behind the glass where they show up all the meat, and all there is scraps.
Oh no!
And we're thinking, oh no, I can see where this is going. Turns out that they had no other selection of food besides like scraps of lamb, no turkey, no gammon, no beef. So these customers are in their right mind to complain, because when we saw that, we looked behind it, and there was a massive queue forming behind us, and we're thinking, how the fuck are they going to feed all these people with what they've got here, which is nothing? And we also looked to the left, and we peeked back to the entrance of the carvery, and there is also a massive queue line up from the inside who are also expecting food when they came in. These guys don't even line up for their food. They're lining up to get seated for their food.
Oh my god.
And we said to the chef, like, when are we gonna get more food? And they said in an hour's time. And bear in mind that these people who are complaining had already been waiting for an hour. So 2-hour wait for those guys.
Oh man, that's
and they're
crazy.
complaining. We're talking to people behind us who are also complaining, and we're just like, what the fuck do we do here? Like, we're not gonna get any food for ages. And in the end, we decided, like, this is ridiculous. Like, we're not gonna get anything. You can't just feed scraps. Scraps are bad enough as it is, especially because he's feeding people like literally just off the bone. And it's like, you can't fucking do that. That's well bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, so we decided, like, we went back to our table. I thought, you know what? We're just gonna finish our drinks and have an Indian. And the waitresses, we felt really bad for the waitresses actually, because they recently had new management come in, and we know the waitresses. We're quite like friendly with them because we see them all the time. And they were all really embarrassed, sad, and some really angry as well. They were just like, this fucking manager, she's really got to sort herself out because it makes us look bad. I was like, yeah, it does. But luckily, they gave us the drinks in the house, luckily.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I mean, they really have to.
Yeah, but that sucks though, because it means that this was a Sunday as well. Yeah. So their business was really taking a hit just from that alone. This is literally like, you know, months coming out of COVID, but they're already going to be a bit scarce for money in business. Yeah. So that's a really fucking bad night for them. Oof. And I mean, we walked out.
I like that place.
Yeah, it's good, but Jesus Christ, that was a bad night. We walked out, And we saw the other customers having a fag. Fag is English slang for smoking, by the way, if you guys don't know. And
well, I'm sure they do. Oh.
And they said that a half hour later, they said they actually brought out a full lamb. However, they said it was a very bloody lamb, dripping with blood. And they put it on top of the surface where the scraps already were. And we were like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
those poor people lining up for their food as well. Like, they're queuing up for a carvery, and not even everyone eats lamb too.
No, I don't.
And not a lot of people eat lamb.
I don't.
And they've got no turkey, gown, and beef, which are basically the three big boys of the carvery night, and they weren't being sold. Like,
nah.
So in the end, we just got an Indian takeaway, and we just worked from there.
Oh, well, I mean, at least you had a nice like birthday. Like, sometimes takeaways are like the nice.
No, it was really nice. I had a chicken boona with put out rice, and it was lovely. In the end,
nice.
I was craving a carvery, and I was really hungry too. But I just thought it was a funny story to tell because that's literally never happened before.
No, never at your place. I've never heard of bad service there.
Yeah, no, I felt bad for the waitresses.
Management really falling down the boat then.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yikes. Hope that place survives. I like that place.
I'm sure it will do. Because people are still going to go back to it because not a lot of places do that.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of carveries around your area.
Yeah, exactly. So they've got that going for them. Just got to stop selling raw meat to people and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. So yeah, that was my slightly peaceful birthday.
Yeah, you had quite an eventful one.
Yeah, it's a story to tell, that's for sure.
I mean, you'll definitely remember it.
I'll definitely remember it, yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, hopefully next time we go back there, which we will, it'll be better.
Yeah, I hopefully so. Maybe management will be under control by then.
Hopefully. We'll see ya.
Yeah,
Gonna talk about video games.
Video games.
Alright, Ben.
A lot happened this last month it was E3 to start with.
That's right. I haven't been following it a lot, to be honest, so you shoot, Ben.
Well,
what's been going on recently?
You mean right now, or do you mean like last month? Yeah. We can talk about E3 like in general. How did you feel about E3 this year?
It was shit except for Nintendo and Elden Ring.
And that thing that wasn't even part of E3 but might have well been.
What was Summerfest?
Yeah, Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. Hence the Elden Ring hype. Yeah.
Yeah. The Elden Ring show.
Yeah.
The build-up show to Elden Ring, basically.
Oh man. Is it Jeff? Jeff, isn't it?
Yeah, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, he was so excited to unveil Elden Ring. You could tell he's been like holding it in for so long until the end. Bless him.
I know. He even said he was like in a prison, and people
free.
did like people showed like the way the lighting was. It almost was like a prison.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh my god.
There were like some letters as well, and it was like, oh my god, look, it spells out Elden Ring on like certain fucking like impulse frames of the showcase.
And they hinted it throughout the show. I liked how God, now I've forgotten his name. Ryan Reynolds like dropped Elden Ring like midway through.
And then fucked off to his own like video game trailer. I was like, why are you just dropping it just like that?
Yeah, it was really funny.
Man.
They knew what they were doing with that show.
Yeah, like, imagine just popping in as Ryan Reynolds, being Ryan Reynolds, talk about Elden Ring, not elaborating, then leaving.
Yeah, that was. That was actually hilarious. That was like one of my favourite moments of the Games Fest, other than the Elden Ring reveal and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cool indies like on the boat as well that I'm interested in now as well.
Yeah.
There's one Metroidvania indie that I really want to play. It's called I forgot the name. It's like you basically take control of this like little girl who has stand powers.
Oh.
That are like. It looks really fun. I'm gonna remember the name. It just came out on the Switch actually.
Beyond Two Souls.
No, it's not Beyond Two Souls.
Life is Strange.
Right, I'm just gonna grab the name. Lily something? Oh, I forgot the name. But like
Guardians of the Galaxy looks quite decent.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy does look pretty fun, and it's single player as well, which is bonus.
Yeah, it's not got anything to do with Marvel Avengers, which they did also advertise during the Square Enix presentation, which was quite funny. How is that game not dead yet? They're still going through with it.
I don't know. I just think E3 this year was kind of a washout, just in the sense of like no one should have really done anything. Like I feel like Capcom shouldn't have shown up.
Capcom were just a complete waste of time.
Like they treated it like it was more of a like, oh, here's a reminder of what we've got coming up still. Like
Ace Attorney could have been its own separate thing from E3. Monster Hunter Rise or Adventure, whatever it's called, the RPG one. That was showcasing Nintendo one.
Yeah,
as well. So there's no point of Capcom showing it at all.
And it actually showed gameplay in Nintendo.
Yeah, like it was actually a better trailer too.
Yeah.
So what was the point?
It was just like
esports.
It was
fucking love my esports, man.
Capcom really screwed. Like, shouldn't have just been there. A lot of them shouldn't have been there. Even like, I would even argue like Square Enix like had one thing to show. Oh, two things. Sorry, Babylon Falls, which actually looked kind of not great anymore.
No, that's a shame about Babylon Falls, because it just looks like Godfall. And like, it's platinum, but at the same time, that whole was it free access
live service
that honestly put me right off. I'm gonna lie.
Everything that's live service is I'm not on board for it.
It's a red flag for me, unfortunately.
It's always. Yeah. Plus, like, even if it is good, I wouldn't have the time for it. Like,
I just want them to make single player games.
Don't game companies understand if there's too many live service games now that people just don't have like the time, or like the market is saturated with live service now.
I know, it's just.
Like,
do you want to hop on and just play a video game for a bit and not deal with all this online malarkey?
I want to play a game that has an end.
Yeah.
I don't want to play a game that has an end in 5 years' time.
It's just a load of fucking like malarkey. Like,
it's so frustrating because like Godfall, the Babylon Falls. Like I actually went back and looked at old trailers of it. That game looks completely different now to what it was before.
Yeah, because like the first one was just a dude with a sword, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks pretty like, you know.
That looks like a great platinum like style action game. Yeah, like I think that's what it was meant to be. But I think Square Enix probably thought, no, hold on, we can make this better.
Oh shit.
Like I think it got checked. I think the design plans completely changed. I honestly think the game got scrapped. Like, cause we didn't see anything from it for like 2 years after that. So, I reckon that's what happened.
Well, at least oh wait, no. I was about to say at least they work on Bayonetta 3, but then... I mean, it's down to... I mean, I'm sure development's going well for Bayonetta 3, but again, it's Nintendo's like call on whether they show it at like a presentation or not. No, which is a shame they didn't choose to, because poor Camilla...
Deki Kamiya is getting really angry at that
he's
shit,
getting
man.
really rattled because, like,
he's like,
I mean, in all honesty, I feel like it was a mistake to reveal it this early on.
Yeah,
it's been 3 years with no Bayonetta 3 news.
I know.
Ever since the reveal, it's like it would be way better if it was like at least like 1 year later or 2 years later. Like Breath of the Wild finally got its trailer now after 2 years, but 3 years. Might be jumping the gun a bit there, guys.
I don't know. Kamiya's like obviously Kamiya's got stuff to show, but clearly it's up to Nintendo when
he's not allowed because Nintendo are holding him hostage right now, it seems.
Yeah.
I feel sort of bad for the guy, but I do feel like the whole shtick of Bayonetta 3 could have been handled a lot more better because now people are getting pissed off.
Yeah. I can totally see it.
Oh man, I've got no doubt that development is going well, like he has stated many times.
Hey, but at least one of the 4 games got the 4 games of the Apocalypse. No, 2 of them. Sorry, SMT5 as well.
SMT5 got a really sick gameplay reveal trailer. It looks
getting loads of attention.
So good.
Nintendo are focusing.
Yeah, they're really pushing it. Same with Atlas, and that can't make me happier because like as soon as they released the main character design, everyone is in love with it. Like, you can't deny that's a bad design at all.
No,
And that has literally got everyone's interest on Twitter. Like, as soon as like that trailer dropped, main character fan art was everywhere, and I'm like, I've never seen this reception before for an SMT game. Ever. Yeah. Especially a mainline one. Like, this is insane. And it was really happy to see as well, because like only the people realizing, oh wait, Persona is actually like a spin-off to like Shin Megami Tensei.
They're remembering again.
This is mainline, yeah, and that's also got people interested, which makes me really happy. Like, I don't want SMT to be as popular as Persona, because when you're as popular as Persona, that's so yeah, some scary shit derives from it, right? People go a bit OTT. But I'm just happy that people are interested and they are aware that SMT does in fact exist and is a thing.
I feel like
and that makes me very happy.
I feel like it's almost like the Nier effect.
A little
bit. The
Nier
Automata effect, kind of.
Yeah, there was a game before Nier Automata. It's not just Nier Automata. There is a game called Replicant. Replicant's the pre-sequel. No, actually, it is. It came before, and it's a remaster of a game that came out before Nier Automata.
But
and
like,
even the trailers are saying it's a pre-sequel. It's like, kind of.
But it's like you know, when they're putting so much budget like that. This looks like one of the best looking Switch games I've ever seen on the Switch.
It's honestly
like,
pushing
holy
the system.
shit.
One person on Twitter said that this looks like a PS2 game.
What PS2
and I was like,
game?
can I have a look at your PlayStation 2, please?
Yeah, like I saw like the fucking glistening sand and shit, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, you've been watching all the demon videos, haven't you? The showcases, the 50-second ones for each one.
Yeah.
Mothman dropped 2 days ago, and the most important demon we're ever gonna get for an SMT game. Yeah. And it's so great just seeing these demons like have their own animations as they like walk about on like the setting and landscape. Like you saw the Fafnir one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Fucking cool robot dragon just like worming its way around in the sky. That's so cool.
That's so good. Like, the game looks really, and it's cool that all the demons are gonna have scale as well. Like they're like some big, some tiny. Like
they've got unique animations too. Like they're not just completely ripped from like Persona 5 or DX2, the mobile game.
And they've also got their own like attack animations as well.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like, damn. Like, they're putting a lot into this.
They're really pushing it, and nothing makes me happier, and it really makes me hope that it does well.
I just hope the game's good.
I mean, it's SMT.
I mean, I think the only thing I don't quite like about it is just, I don't know, the hard. Maybe it's just because it's repurposed. I just wish it was like a different hard.
It's very TMS-y. Like, you can tell TMS was a prototype for SMT5.
You can, I understand why they're doing it. Like, obviously it saves a lot of time and everything, but it's like, oh, you could have, like, I don't know, a different hard.
I know. I mean, like, yeah, especially when you compare to, like, say, Catherine, which used the Persona 5 engine.
Yeah.
And it had, like, menus and the same sort of, like, 3D models that Persona 5 had. But the change between Catherine and Persona 5, like, that transition is, like, it's massive.
Very noticeable.
There's a massive change, a massive difference. Like, yeah, you can tell it's the same engine, but, like, it's such a massive leap away from what Catherine was that, like, yeah, that's awesome. Whereas I do feel like the jump from TMS to SMT5, like, yeah, it's good, it's bigger, but, like, yeah, like you said with the HUD, it's almost exactly the same.
It's just the HUD, like the game, the graphics actually look really good.
Graphics are great, it's just the HUD.
Yeah, it's literally just that HUD. I wish they just, like, I don't know. I know it's repurposed and everything, but yeah, that HUD is just kind of an eyesore in my eyes. But other than that, it's fine.
It's a bit weird, but I think after a while I'll get used to it. Yeah,
I'll probably.
But it does remind me of the game that shouldn't have existed.
Yeah, I'll probably. That game gets a bad rap. I mean, I heard that. I mean, I played a little bit of it, and it's not bad. I've
seen it played, and I've like watched it to the end. But yeah, it's not bad.
The combat system's good.
But it shouldn't have been called a Fire Emblem X SMT when it first got announced, because that trailer was just so misleading. And when we got that final product, when it became idol shit, everyone was like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, that was a bad call.
It was so different from like what we were shown first of all. So yeah,
honestly, that
and same like even like with Me Too, it just left a bad taste in people's mouths.
I think the problem is like that game's actually good. It's just that like the history behind that game that a lot of people don't like. So it's like, oh yeah,
it was presented very poorly.
Yeah, which is. I don't know how well it did on Switch. I know it got a second chance. I don't actually know if it actually did well or not.
I know I got censored to high fucking heaven.
On Switch?
Oh yeah.
Oh, on
yeah,
Switch?
mate. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is one of the most heavily censored games ever.
Oh, didn't know that.
They took a lot of weird liberties.
Fair enough.
That's what I would say.
It's the outfits, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. But it's got to the point where some censors were just downright unnecessary.
Some are even more sexual than the actual clothing itself.
Oh no, that's Mythra of the Tights in like Smash Bros. But like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But with TMS, yeah, some censors were just unnecessary. Like even I thought that.
Oh, I think I saw an image of like one actually where it was like, oh, you took away her vagina bone or something.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it, the vagina bone. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. Literally 2 harmless lines on the side of her body. Nope, gone. It's like, you fucking really?
You took away her vagina.
Oh no, can't leave too much in imagination now, can you?
Oh my god.
Let's take away her actual anatomy. Just to censor.
It's like taking away a man's balls.
God.
That's what they did to Snake, though.
That's so funny. Oh, it's...
With his butt.
With his arse?
Yeah, they made it less prominent.
Yeah, they did. So you've been playing any good games recently?
Gaming-wise, I have been on the... I've been on the Trials in the Sky Chapter 3.
Still on your Trials, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still going through Trials. I might...
Hang on a minute. This is a very important question, Ben. Now that you've mentioned it, is it called Trials?
Yeah. Trials in the Sky. Oh, Trails. Fuck, it's called Trails, isn't it? Fuck, I called it Trials. It's Trails. It's Trails in the Sky. Hello? You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Trails in the Sky. God damn it.
I just googled it.
Yeah, it's Trails.
This whole entire time, you've been calling it Trials. I've been calling it Trials because you've been calling it Trials. It's Trails.
I know.
It always has been. It's called Trails.
Yes, Trails in the Sky.
Even I didn't know that. You've been calling it Trials this entire fucking time. Invisible! No, invincible!
Shut up! Anyways, I don't know. I might do like a review of the whole like
that's been going on for a really long time. Oh, bless you, man. I might do like a written like
I don't know. It might be quite hard, but I might do like a written piece of like all 3. Like
by all means, I'm finished my draft from my Guilty Gear Strive review.
Nice. I might do. I mean, it would be long. It would be super heavy. I feel like. I try not to make it though, because I don't want to like, because the story and everything is such a big part of it. I wouldn't know how to like. I'd have to do it very like spoiler free, rather than like go.
We could do a spoiler section like I did with Persona 5 Strikers.
That's true. That is true. I could cover the combat system and like do that. I might do that, like, because I've been playing these games for like nearly like a year and something.
Yeah.
On and off for like a year and a bit.
If you want to, by all means.
I'm on the final one. I am super. Oh, it's really funny how I started playing this though, because there was like recently. This was like towards the end of last month. There was a huge Falcom blowout sort of thing that happened towards the end of last month, where they are releasing the next so a couple of games in the series never got released over here, or like they got fan translated, but they never got like official releases, right? And people have been wanting these games for like 10 years. Like And because the next game in the series is called From Zero, which never got released here, I was actually gonna buy the game in Japanese and then use the fan translation to play it.
Wow, dedication, man.
It's the only way to play it. That's how everyone's played it.
Yeah.
But just recently, Falcom's like teamed up with the people who actually did the fan translation.
Yeah.
And they're like bringing over Trials from Zero over next year.
Yeah.
Like in an official capacity. They're obviously going to change it a bit because it's a fan translation. They can like do other stuff with it.
Yeah.
And they're bringing over the next one after that, which is the one after that, which is also fans translated. So all these missing ones and the future of the series, I actually have like the whole series on PC. They're still coming to Steam and everything, so it's pretty great. Like the timing's like worked out really nicely.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has worked out pretty well for you, isn't it?
Yeah, because like the next game, I've got to wait till 2022 for the next game, but yeah, because after that, then it's after the those two, it's the Cold Steel series, which is like, so there's a load, and the crazy thing about
that transition from Skies to Cold Steel.
Yeah, the crazy thing about this, man, is this whole series, like, it's almost like a shonen anime in the sense that like the whole thing is one continuous story.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. There are gonna be 13 games in this series.
Funny.
So yeah, I've only played the first arc, which is like I'm finishing soon. So yeah, I've got a long way to go on this series.
That's good.
It is good though.
More of the story to look forward to.
Oh, it is really good. Like the character, I gotta say, like in terms of like characters, like they start off as so like cookie cutter anime.
Yeah.
But then there's so much hidden depth to them. Like there's so much like nuance to the characters that you really like, because it's such a long run, so you really get to explore it, and it's like, oh shit, like you kind of like lose that like they still have their like anime like quirks and stuff, but like they've got like they become more like of a character rather than a one note sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean
that's
how typical video games and anime goes, doesn't it? They start off one note and then they just like have more character to them as the story goes on.
It's really but the writing in these games is actually fantastic. Like there are like moments, like it's just there's so many like good moments in like the character development and everything. It does character development like fantastic. I don't think I've experienced. I don't know. Like there's just so much to it. Like it's crazy. Like the amount of like world building and everything is just nuts. The series is like up there.
Yeah, I've seen your screenshots of the many chest quotes, which are quite funny.
Oh, they're great. Like you find a chest and then you click on it again after you've taken the item and you get like another little like fucking thing. And they come up with so many. There's one for every single chest.
Nice.
It's
that's some good effort there on their part.
There's so much effort to like just NPCs have triple dialogue. Like it's nuts. Like the amount of like you click on, like it does that thing. I have to tap an NPC twice every single time because they always say something different after. Well, it's like oh my god. You imagine how many there are, and you're just like, oh shit. Like, and then your characters actually speak back to the NPCs as well. Sometimes it's like.
That's nice.
So much. It's nuts. It's actually nuts. Like, and it changes on who's in your party as well. So like, yeah, it just goes on and on. It's nuts. So I could talk about a series for ages, but I'm gonna write a massive piece on it probably.
Yeah, cool. Looking forward to that, ladies and gents.
Yeah, that's gonna be a while though. I will say though, other stuff I've been playing. That's what I've been playing. Well, I've been doing Smash on streams, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, Kazuya came out. I've still yet to play
him.
Yeah,
Kazuya came out as well. That came out. That was cool. I actually like him. Have you played around with him yet?
No, not yet. I need to play around with people.
He's really fun. Although I will say, you're right. He's got so many moves that like I keep on forgetting what fucking thing does what.
Of course, the guy's got like a fucking kitchen sink somewhere in his moveset.
I was playing him, and like you can get by with just spamming, but then like you're just not spamming, but you know what I mean, like trying different move combinations. But then there's like other move combinations, like what was it, the Heaven's Door thing, which was like quarter down and then quarter the other way, I think, and like there's just so many combinations. It's like a proper fighting game character.
Yeah, because not only are there like half circles and directional inputs, you've got the double inputs, you've got the delay inputs, you've got the Shoryuken inputs. Like there's loads to Kazuya, and these are just like from the A and also the B buttons too.
Yeah, and those camera angles are up for one-on-ones as well, and they're really cool.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, that happens with the grabs, doesn't it?
Yeah, the grabs.
It's like from the actual Tekken games.
I'm not very good with him, though. We did do a stream on that. Was it yesterday? It was day 4.
Yeah, I watched
we did do a stream on that.
I don't think anyone's going to be good with Kazuya day 1, to be honest.
Unless you're a really good fighting games like person.
Nah, what kind of fighting game player plays Smash? Not in a million years.
God, there was what other news happened this month or last month? Sorry. We're
not talking about the games you played.
Well, games I played, not really. That's really it, really. I've just been on the Trials hype, really. Like, Trails! Damn it! I've just been on the Trails hype, really. That's kind of it. Like, I haven't really played anything else. It's like, yeah, no, that's honestly all I've been doing.
Fair enough.
On terms of games I've played this month. What about you, man? What have you been delving into?
So Guilty Gear Strive came out this month, and it's completely taken over my life.
Yeah.
Even amongst new games that I got for my birthday, it's like I always find myself coming back to that bloody game because it's just so addictive that I play it for a little bit. It is probably the most beautiful looking game out there on the market right now. It's just like, so they do this thing where, I think I said before in the last one, where they make their 3D models like a 2D hand-drawn style, so it's like 2.5D.
Yeah.
Which means they can do some absurd shit with the camera because of that. So like with their intros, the way it just seamlessly like zooms out their cutscene like character intros and into like, you know, first round, heaven or hell, duel 1, and then the fight begins.
Yeah.
And it's good because I mean, they've simplified it quite a fair bit for casual game players. Because fighting games are, let's be honest, they are quite hard to get into if you don't put the time in. Because there's just so much, like, there's so many, like, mechanics, and you've got to, like, input commands 24/7 on the fly about fucking them up, while on online environments, and every character plays differently. But they've done it where basically a lot of characters have universal things, so they've all got like the same input for like an anti-air, and like they've all got like similar dust animations, and the only key difference is that like is obviously like some of the different attacks and their mobility and all that. But there's a lot of universal stuff that all the characters share that will basically make it easier to transition to one character to another. Because sometimes in fighting games, to really like get good and like work your way up ramps, you've got to stick to that same character, just because that's the character you know. Like, oh, I know the frame data for this one, I know like the half circle forward command for this one. But when you go into another character, and then it all completely 180s because you know what the fuck you're doing, because obviously everything you've learned about this one character, which is a lot and takes dedication, doesn't transition very well to this other character. But they've kind of helped mitigate that by giving everyone like similar tools, you could say.
Yeah.
But they're still different from each other, which is quite nice. But the style and the graphics are so good. Like you'll go to you'll do a special move, and you'll literally get like Star Wars margins from the black margins at the top and bottom. They'll come out of nowhere as it zooms in on the character's face, contorting as they're about to do like their big giant charge electric sword move.
Nice.
And then like the super happens and it goes straight back to gameplay. And it's like, wow, that was like pretty damn seamless, dude. And it also feels really good to play too. A lot of people complain about the whole thing, like the UI just like is in your face most of the time. So, for example, when you get like a 30 hit combo, there's like the number 30 is actually on the entire screen.
Nice.
Like the entire screen. It's behind your characters, but you look behind your character and there's a big 40 at the back. And when you get a counter here, to really emphasize that, by the way, you got a counter here, the game slows down for a little bit and the music distorts for about 2 seconds while these big dumb capital letters saying counter appear and just eats your screen. And it's like, oh yeah, I got that. And some people think that's quite hilarious, but I think it's quite cool because it just like emphasizes the oomph, like, oh yeah, I got you, bitch. This combo is gonna fucking hurt, dude. And it's good because like I feel like it does a good job at catering to casual players. Very much so. Because what it does is that with its online system, is that it does it by floors. And judging by your skill level, like how many you've won or lost, you move up and down those floors. And then those floors put you into like a shitty lobby. And the lobby system is pretty shit, in all honesty, I'm not gonna lie. Could be done way better. Like the amount of times like you fail to get details for a dual station, or you just fail to connect to an opponent in general. It's just like, it's a bit of a nightmare to kind of get into a match. But when you get into a match, it's the most seamless shit I have ever played.
Oh, nice. So they just got to work on the lobby
Skullgirls online play, where there is just no lag. Like the rollback frames are in full force here, and the lag is just completely eviscerated, gone, reduced to atoms, and that's great because that means I no longer feel angry when I lose. In fact, I could be like, oh, that was a good game because you both gave it all and didn't get screwed over by input lag.
Yeah, I mean,
which
that's
is great.
Really important in fighting games, input lag.
Yeah, honestly, like, because Smash is one of the worst offenders for that. And as soon as you get lag in Smash, the whole game plan just goes out the window for me. Like, I'm just mashing at that point. But with Guilty Gear, it's good because like you'll train a character and you can still like use everything you have learned in a match because there's no input lag. It's just down to you whether you like learned it or not. And the game is very good at kind of like helping you ease into like the more complicated mechanics of the game one by one, because there's a mission mode where you basically choose like what mechanic you want to go over. So for example, like you might be getting your ass whipped by a super that catches you off. Oh, but did you know there's a way you can cancel your move into a block if you spin meter? So you go into mission mode teaches you the thing, and then you're like, oh, there you go, you incorporate the thing into your game plan, you get better at the game. That sort of thing. Which is really cool. And it does this thing
kind of cool
where you basically you've got to do it 3 times out of 5 to pass, just to really hammer it in that you've got this sorted, you've got it right, now you can like get on with the game.
That is a cool way of like learning mechanics.
It's cool.
That's what.
That
sounds really
in terms of characters, there's not like a crazy amount so far, but I have got, of course, DLC planned for Guilty Gear. Characters I use are obviously I'm a scumbag grappler, so I use Potemkin a lot, and landing raw heavily Potemkin busters just feels so fucking good. Like you predict the jump, you use your special move, and you basically delete half their health. It's great.
Oh wow!
And I've also used in Ino, who's got like a Morrigan-like dash, where her game plan is basically you throw a projectile, they block, and then you dash in. And then you can either like you can basically, it's a guessing game where they've got to block high or low, and like depending on what you like, you work off of that. She's quite fun. Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of really cool, unique playstyles. Like there's Axel, who basically is for long range poker. You've got Ramlethal, who has a sword mechanic where she throws her swords, but you've got to pick them back up to use them again. And she's a mid-range demon. Some characters like you just press buttons and you win. I would admit, but it still feels good to use every single one. Like there's not a single character I've played who doesn't feel good to play, and that's what I like about it. And that's what keeps me back. It just feels good to play.
That's fair. I mean, the thing I've been seeing a lot on on the memes on is that May character with the dolphins.
Yeah, May is the scumbag character. Yeah, her dolphins are just impossible to So her dolphins, right? She's a charge character where you hold back and then press forward and then a button. But she's got so many recovery frames from the dolphin, like to the point where she'll use a dolphin and then she'll just use a dolphin again straight away.
Yeah, and
it's really
like,
scary.
Someone made a mod, I saw it, of just her saying the saying over and over again.
Oh yeah, there's no difference to me. Honestly, that's just like a normal game to me.
That's the game.
There's no difference. Yeah, just her saying Totsugeki, Totsugeki, Totsugeki. God, May is absolute scum, but my god, she's fun. They're all fun.
They're all fun characters. I mean, that's the most important thing in a fighting game.
Spammable moves, but they all are really fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing in a fighting game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fun, and it keeps you going back to it, which it is.
As long as it's fun to play.
Yeah.
I do need to try it out. I actually do have it. I just have not downloaded it on my computer yet.
Honestly, I do recommend it to new players. It's funny because Guilty Gear used to be one of like the most hard and like hard to master like anime fighting games out there. But they tailored it specifically to casual play. But you'll still get your ass whooped by people who know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Which is the main thing. Like people are like saying, "Oh, like the game's too easy now. Casual players can just go in, press buttons, and win." It's like, no, if you lose to that, you just suck. And this is coming from a casual player.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like gone down like controversy-wise, like the fact that they've like kind of like gone more like a bit like on the. They've kind of gone the way of like they've taken a page out of I want to say like. I can only think of Smash right now, just in the sense like all the characters like have got like a similar you know what I mean?
I get what you mean, yeah. Like obviously Melee is like seen as the most like, you know, competitive one with all like its complicated mechanics and like fast gameplay.
Yeah, but like all the characters kind of have like a similar like what that attack does sort of thing. They've kind of gone that route then, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
Parameters. Yeah, that sounds good though. Like as long as it's different in terms of like what each attack actually does.
It's good for me because I don't have a lot of time nowadays anymore.
Yeah,
so it's just good that I can confidently just jump in an online game and just like have a bit of fun. This is fine. I know this. Yeah,
that's good though. Like I think it's better like when you can just like a good fighting game. I feel like is one that's like. Easy to jump into but hard to master. Yeah,
and that's the feeling I get from Guilty Gear. I don't know about like pro players who like play fighting games non-stop, but for me as a casual fan, it's real good.
Yeah, no, that's cool. The cake.
I have also been playing Scarlet Nexus, which you gave me for my birthday.
I'm actually really interested about this.
So I have only played. I've only had it for about 3 days. I've played it twice. So, everyone's heard this. You've heard this. Scarlet Nexus is Astral Chain with Nier Automata mixed into it.
Yeah.
It is more Astral Chain with its, like, environment and its atmosphere and setting. 100%. Yeah. But I will say this. It is super anime.
Yeah.
It's very anime. Like, holy shit, is it anime? It's the most anime game ever. It's funny because like the designs are really cool. Like, I mean, like, you know, like the uniforms they're wearing. Like, there's like a lot's going on with their uniform. Like, it's all black and red, and they've got like these weird looking like wires connected where they can talk to each other for like brain waves and shit. And then you get to their faces. And I'm not faulting the game for this, but they have got the most generic anime faces I've ever fucking seen it. Like, you know, you've got the girl with the red eyes and the white hair. You got the main character who is like, you know, your basic generic male protagonist shonen dude. You've got the girl who can use fire. Her name's Hanabi. Which is, I think, means fire in Japan. Like, haha, yeah, very subtle.
Yeah.
And you've got the big-breasted mother figure who's the commander. Like, all the anime tropes are all present and accounted for. They're all there.
They're all there.
Oh yes, they certainly are. But I'm not faulting it for that though. I still think the game is quite fun. The gameplay is really good.
Yeah.
So far, the gameplay has had a very good impression on me. So it's like. So it feels good to play. Like basically, you've got so all the anime characters, they've got like a power. So some people got telekinesis, some got pyrokinesis, electrokinesis, some turn invisible. Some can clone themselves, others can like teleport them, and depending on who you have on your team, you can borrow their power. For example, I was playing as the male character. There are 2 stories, by the way. You can choose which one. And I've played both a little bit. I've played like 3 hours of like both of them, where you play as like the guy and the girl.
It's quite funny how you say the 2 stories, because this game's actually made by the people who made Tales
Xillia.
Xillia.
Yeah, which was also 2 separate stories. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this is Tales of Xillia.
Yeah.
But yeah, you borrow like Hanabi's fire move, and your sword strikes now produce fire. And cool. It's got a lot of RPG mechanics where like, an enemy will be soaked in water. That's a status element. Guess it's time to swap to my electric partner and start stunning the shit out of them.
So I guess that's where the astral chain like comes in the sense that you're swapping out like characters.
Sort of. The astral chain thing is more like look and feeling more than like gameplay. A lot more than gameplay, because gameplay was all about like controlling your stand and shit with astral chain.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, the core gameplay is hit people with your sword or your shurikens if you're playing as a girl. And you use psychokinesis, where basically you can use literally anything on the field to use as an attacker. And this is quite impressive, because there's always going to be an object to throw at someone. Yeah. Whether it's a vending machine or a motorcycle or like a fire hydrant, you will pick that up. And the game reinforces you to mix up your melee moves with your psychokinesis moves. And that's how you rack up damage. And it's cool because, it gets you experimenting. And I will say the animations when your character attacks are really well done. So, like, for example, like, I was playing as the girl character who has shurikens. Right. And she's a more nimble one of the 2. So I'm using psychokinesis in tandem with my melee moves, where you like rush in and then you rush out, do psychokinesis, melee moves, you rush out. And like the final move on the 3rd hit, she does like a really cool elaborate spin with the move, like does like a big front flip and then launches it. I'm like, wow, yeah, that had some oomph to it. That felt good.
Nice.
And there are also really sick finishing moves as well that you do with L2. Because, okay, so think of Final Fantasy VII Remake or FF13, where you've got like a stagger meter. That is also in Scarlet Nexus. It's called a crush meter. And when that empties, it empties the more you sort of like mix up your gameplay a bit, which is really good because it forces you to like not like mash buttons and shit.
Yeah.
You still can do and get results, but this is a better way of doing it. And you get items too if you put it off.
Ooh.
But you get some pretty cool and sometimes some really brutal like kill moves on some enemies when that meter empties. So, like, for example, I got this enemy's meter down by 0, and I use LT and it goes to a cinematic where it zooms in your character's eyes, and like you basically chuck them like a ragdoll, and then you freeze them in the air, and you just slam their head into the ground, and their head explodes, and they're dead. Nice. And it's like, holy shit, that was pretty brutal, bro.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
sounds like good combat.
The enemy designs are like, some are quite weird and creepy, some are just like generic RPG monster.
Yeah,
but like with all the generic stuff in there, it's pretty good, and it does this thing with the cutscenes where how do I compare it? Where it's got like a static sort of like cinematic angle, but then like
Bayonetta.
Yeah, like Bayonetta, or like some cutscenes in Yakuza 0, and like the profile picture appears, and you see their face talking, and their lips flap up and down as they talk. That kind of thing.
Is that just some cutscenes?
At first I was like, oh no, this is like the cutscene style. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of a video games. I'm probably going to get bored of it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot going on, and it switches up. It is actually quite cinematic with it at times too. So it does it to a point where like it's okay, it's fine. Like, I don't feel inclined to skip it or anything. Like, I will just sit here and listen to it.
Yeah.
And so it's been pretty good. It's had a good impression on me so far.
Nice.
To the point where I would like to play it more. So yeah, so far so good.
Have you like because like I played the demo of this a little bit, and I really enjoyed the combat when I was playing the demo. As I was saying, some of that stuff you did say, but I saw like there was a few things locked in the demo when I was playing it on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
There's this thing called a brain tree. Is that like your skill tree?
Yeah, it's a skill tree.
Oh, it is a skill tree.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you get BP and you spend it on like a double jump or an air dash or more percentage on your attacks, or like open up an extra slot for your armor.
And like,
so I mean, I don't know so far, but I mean, like, I don't know how limited BP is because I've only played like the first 3 hours of it. But maybe you could sort of like do like a demi build. Esque to it, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, right. One other thing, like, because I couldn't work out like what the gameplay loop is. It like broken into like, is it just level to level, or is there like a hub? Like,
there's a hub. So far, it's looking like it's like you basically go to different levels in the story, and then when you finish that level, you can sort of go back to it whenever you want. And
so it's not like open. It's not like open world or anything. Like it's got a hub and like.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I will say the levels are very massive and they're very open.
Oh, okay.
So it feels open worldy. Mechanically wise, I'm not so sure yet. But okay. I think you get missions and you can like go back to like a level and like do the mission. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I haven't done side missions yet.
Quests. There probably are side quests.
Oh yeah, it's got to be for an RPG, action RPG.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it feel like an RPG, or does it feel more like action game?
It feels more actiony.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said actually.
Yeah.
Like, this is an RPG, but it feels like
it's got a fun battle system. I'm digging it so far.
It feels like a game that could have been made by Platinum. I don't know.
Yeah, emphasis on could have been. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool though that the Tales people tried something different with oh god, I forgot the other name. The other game that they made was I forgot. You played it, Code Vein.
Code Vein, it's better than Code Vein already.
Yeah, those two teams worked together to make this.
That's right.
It's an interesting mix.
Mm-hmm. It just feels good to hit things in this game, unlike Code Vein where everything just felt really light.
Yeah, I think that's weapons. It's probably where the Tales team came in.
Yeah, I will say it's only been the first 3 hours, and I can already say, it's got a better combat system than Code Vein.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Like, a lot of people are really digging this game. So,
so far it's pretty good.
You're enjoying it.
I'm looking forward to playing more of it.
Nice. That's really it on like stuff we've been playing and stuff. Shall we do viewer questions?
Question time? Sure, why not? Alright, Ben, I'll go first. You ready?
Alright, go on.
So this one is from Naaman, and he asks, have you ever been so drunk you made a mess in your drunkenness you didn't remember the next day?
Well, I have been so drunk that I was crawling up like an escalator on hands and knees.
On a moving escalator?
Yeah.
How are you still alive?
I'm still alive because it was going up, I think. Yeah. And like, I remember my sister was the one who had to like pick me up from the station. That was the my station, that escalator?
Yeah.
I was crawling up that.
Oh, thank God you were local. Bloody hell.
Yeah. My sister had to pick me up from there.
Yeah, lucky enough you got caught on that escalator.
And then apparently, like when you say you made a mess in your drunkenness, do you mean like an actual like mess?
I don't know. That's not my question.
I don't really know what he means by mess though. Naming? Do you mean like shat myself? Like, no, I've never done that.
I mean,
like,
I think he means just
myself.
like just like knocked shit over or like made a mess on the floor, that kind of thing. Like you just fucked something, you just fucked shit up and you don't remember it.
Well, I know I did, I was so hungover and we went to the McDonald's and I puked like in front of like everyone in the McDonald's.
Nice.
That was
it after a milkshake by any chance?
It was after orange juice.
Thank God, that's better. Okay. Yeah, I remember when I worked in the fish aquarium once, and there was this fat kid with Mackie D's, and he threw up on the floor, and it was just pink, smelly shit on the floor, and that was after he had a milkshake.
Oh. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, the embarrassing thing about the McDonald's thing is like I do remember it because I was like hungover, but like it was like sort of like days sort of thing. But the thing is that woke me up was like just the McDonald's I went to, the whole like it's almost like it was like almost circular, like I was in directly the middle of the store.
Nice.
Sort of thing.
Excellent.
So everyone saw. Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
I think I was like 19.
Oh, bless.
So
that's a baby.
Yeah, that was a long
For those of you who are
ago.
18, 19, or 20, you're still baby age to us.
Your baby. But yeah, that was, I would say, probably the worst one. Oh, and I also did, apparently, I actually don't remember this, but I also ran around the garden naked at one point.
Okay.
That was like...
Were you by yourself?
No.
Why?
No, I wasn't. I don't think I had a bunch of friends. It was that was young. I think I was like 17, something like that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Nice image there.
Yeah. I don't know why I did it. I can't remember.
Well, there you go. You've answered Nameless question there. You can't remember.
There you go.
That's what happened.
I can't remember. I actually can't. That was that was bad. Oh well. Sorry. Okay. So I got. That. Joey, this one's specifically for you, mate. Naming said, is there anything about your current job you'd like to change? Like schedule, routine, maybe a new lifeguard seat? I don't know. How's your lifeguard seat?
I mean, all I've ever asked for with lifeguarding is variety of morning and evening shifts, which I am getting. So,
yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like, this is one of my very first jobs where I can't ask for a lot to be different, and that's honestly a very good thing. Like, looking back now, yeah, those jobs were really fucking shit compared to this one.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, the shift hours aren't like incredibly ideal, but honestly, the job itself, when I'm finally in there, is fucking way better than like the print shop or the photo shop or the pet shop. Fuck that place by leaps and bounds. Like, it's unreal how much better it is. It's insane. And the only thing I'd think of that I'd like to have changed is to go on my mobile phone without having to hype on a clipboard.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
See, I'm just allowed to do it. That's kind of it, really. Lifeguard chair. I mean, I wouldn't mind a pillow. That'd be nice because my ass gets really sore in that chair sometimes. And also I'd like a whistle. We ain't got whistles and we're lifeguards.
Wait, what? You don't have a whistle when you're a lifeguard?
I've got to yell at the top of my lungs instead so people think I'm an asshole when I'm turning them off.
Oh, you should get a whistle. What the fuck? You should bring your own one in then.
They're like, oh, it will disturb the peace. Yeah, me yelling at someone from halfway across the pool is going to disturb the peace too.
Oi, you get out of the fucking pool!
Yeah, get you off your phone, you fucking cunt.
Whistles are way more, like, non-disturbing.
That's it. You know what? In terms of editing, I think one day, and this is very far off, one day I'd love to have an editor.
An editor?
An editor, yes.
What, to do the editing for you?
Yes. But obviously that's going to be hard because it's got to be like in our same style of editing too.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Because, oh my god, would that literally like... it would save a lot of time. Because a lot of time is work for me, unfortunately.
I don't know, because I enjoy the editing.
Well, yeah, it's fun, but it's still like, you know, work and effort, and it does take its toll. Where you do get tired from it as well, and you're staring at a screen too.
Yeah, it's true. That is very true.
So one day, I suppose it would be nice to have like an editor and just like pay them for like some work and stuff. But that's a very long way off. That's like a dream.
That's like really far away.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would change naming. This one is from Truben. She said, what's a movie you'd never watch again in a million years ever?
A movie I'd never watch again.
Yeah, like one that's just bad. Not that's bad, that's good. But just one that's just shit.
I wouldn't watch Samurai Cop again.
Really?
No, like the one time that game was
You wouldn't watch it again because that film's hilarious.
Like, look, like it was hilarious because we were drunk. I couldn't like watch it again though.
Wait, could you watch it again drunk?
I don't know. Like, we did that drinking game.
Oh man.
No, I couldn't watch it again. Sorry.
Fair enough. Okay. I mean, what about it?
It's terrible. But what?
What about the film is not making you not want to watch it?
It was just a shit plot. It made no coherent sense whatsoever, and it was like, no.
Plots. That's what it comes down to in today, does it?
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's the one I think of off the top of my head. Like, I would never watch it for enjoyment, sort of thing. Like, so.
Oh, I certainly would.
Only if I'm drunk, and even then, like, a film.
Is it the
I'm
quotes?
quite good with movies, though. Like, I could.
Is it the wig? Is it the racial undertones?
There's a lot to that film.
There was a lot to that film. Bloody hell. That was fun, though.
One time. It's a one-time thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
For Samurai Cop, anyway.
Man, poor Samurai Cop. I had a sequel too.
Wait, what?
They made it sci-fi.
Have you watched that?
No. I'm a bit scared to be honest, because it's modern.
Well, that actually is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's gonna have that same like charm of like an old bad film would have.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, true for you. Plaid shirt versus plain shirt, which wins?
Plain shirts with a logo of sorts.
You don't like...
I wear nothing but black and blue, but I always like to have like a logo or something on them. Like the one I'm wearing right now is grey, and it's got like it's got a lot going on actually. It's like, oh, there's a guitar on it. There's a skateboard, even though I don't skate. Yeah, there's people in the audience. It's one of those cool like abstract sort of like patterns or like logos. And usually I've got ones of skulls on it, or like one that says Levi's on it. Basically not a plain shirt, but a shirt that's got like, yeah, like a logo on it, or like whatever, like a little pattern.
So you're saying plain wins against the plaited?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't wear like a Hawaiian shirt or anything, no way.
You wouldn't be...
I could see you in one.
I could not. I mean, you know, some people just rock Hawaiian shirts.
You rock pink too, I wish I could do that.
I need to wear my pink top Scott actually. I used to love wearing them.
Yeah, honestly they suit you. Like, you can put it off, I can't, I look like shit in
Only a certain type of pink though. It's like there's a certain type of pink I can wear. It's not like the pink, it's like a sort of like...
The pink? What's the pink?
Super, like, you know, bright pink.
Pink is pink.
No, it's like a lighter pink that I can put on.
So a light shade of pink.
Yeah, a lighter shade of pink than a pink, like, proper, like... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're saying plaid wins. I mean, plain shirts wins.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, your turn.
Alright, this one is from Ray, and the question is, if you had to listen to one song only on loop for your entire life, which song would it be?
Oh no, that's so hard.
That is a hard one. That's a very good question.
That is such a hard question. Cause like, would I want it to be a song with I don't think I would want it to be a song with lyrics if I had to listen to it on loop for my entire life.
You just want it to be background music.
Yeah, because otherwise I would go insane. Like, you know, like, even if you like the song at the start, you know, eventually it gets to the point where you're like,
it's annoying and loses.
Oh my god! So I definitely want it to be like game music, like maybe like Valhalla soundtrack or something.
I'm actually listening to the Valhalla soundtrack right now.
That's a good loop though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like right
I'm listening
now,
to the whole entire album as I talk to you, just to like get me to the swing of podcasting with you.
Oh,
Which is what you guys are hearing right now too.
Like, just definitely ambient music rather than like fucking like lyrics for sure. If it had to be like on a loop for my entire life.
You know what? Your
sure.
answer is exactly the same as mine.
So like anything that's like yeah, the Valhalla. But is it just one song or is it like it's one
just
song?
One song, yeah. Either that or maybe like a really long song that has like a fast bit, but also has like a slow down part as well.
Eventually,
because that would have variety too. So songs that come to mind are probably any end of album Iron Maiden song, because they usually last for about 8 minutes to sometimes 12, which is ridiculous. But hey, at least there's variety to those songs. I don't know, maybe Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin counts as well, because that starts slow and then gets faster.
Nah.
I think Bohemian Rhapsody, but I'd probably go crazy if I listened to that for the rest of my life.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say like anything.
Bismillah, like fuck.
Bismillah.
I don't think I could last that long.
No. Yeah, any like so maybe like any song from the Valhalla soundtrack. I think I would be fine with. Really.
Yeah, I think so too. To be honest, yeah.
Because like just
because it's just ambient.
Atmospheric music is just the best kind for that sort of situation.
Oh,
so yeah, I'm gonna go with I will go with the opening track of Valhalla, the one that goes do 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 do. You know the welcome one. Yeah. I would go with that one's like really chill and like I reckon I can not my entire life.
It's also only piano keys, and after a minute it just goes to ambient, so it's a very short track too.
Yeah.
So
I think that
you'd just be hearing the same dun 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 on repeat
it's
every
true,
minute.
It's true, but I feel like it's like would blur into the background eventually that I wouldn't notice it.
Oh, fair enough. I think you probably already know what my one is.
What, from Valhalla or like just in?
From Valhalla.
Is it the snow? Oh god, I forgot the name.
Yeah, Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall. Is it Is it?
No, it's Base of the Titans. Of course, it's Snowfall.
Yeah. Oh, Base of the Titans.
So yeah, I guess that's our answer before you, Ray.
Yeah.
Because that was only one question you asked.
Your entire life, like that's proper like commitment right there.
Mm.
All right.
This
Joe,
one
for you.
Oh, okay. You can go. That's fine.
Oh, because you answered Ray's as well.
I did. So technically, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I answered Ray's.
Yeah. Okay,
so Icarus asks, "What is your perfect night's sleep?"
Oh, my perfect night's sleep.
Perfect.
Preferably asleep by 1 o'clock in the morning. Usually, is my like late like sleep by 1:20 in the morning. Usually, I'd say perfect night's sleep, and then getting up at like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
That would be my perfect duration of sleep, I would say.
You get 8
to 9 hours. And also not having like freaking foxes waking me up at like 5 in the morning.
Oh, don't talk to me about the fucking foxes.
Oh, it drives me fucking insane.
Those arseholes know how to buy.
Oh, they do. It's so annoying. And also my dog's now at 6 in the morning going and scratching up my door to come in.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, especially Parker's so guilty of doing that all the time. Lexi would just like chill.
Yeah.
She'll be like, it's almost like he's the voice piece for Lexi though. Like she'll just sit there and Parker does the like grunt work.
Yeah, that sounds like a brother-sister relationship, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and it's so annoying because he can. If I don't shut my door fully, he can sometimes get in here, and it's not great. It's not great. He will scratch at that door until the handle falls off and just pushes it open.
Oh,
It's really annoying.
little shit.
I love them, but they can be a pain. So yeah, I'm gonna say that is my perfect duration on sleep. Ooh, Joe, this is a good one. This is from Icarus Sonato as well.
Okay.
How many takes did the current list of Dionysus supporters take to get the pronunciation and such?
What?
How many takes? You know the current list of the Dionysus shoutouts.
Yeah.
Right. How many takes? Like, have you had to like?
Oh bloody hell! I feel that's kind of your
So-
shtick moving on in all honesty, Ben.
Yeah, but have you had to like ever like be like, I don't know how to say this name and
There was yeah. That to be honest, there were quite a few, especially when you compare it to say how you pronounce other people's names. Like I remember when I can't remember whose name it was, but I said they were new, and I said their name. It might have been Ceramar actually, if you're listening.
Yeah.
And I remember I put it next to someone else's a shout out, and theirs was automatically really like enthusiastic, like oh naming master. And there's me,
Yeah.
just like going Ceramar.
Yeah.
And it's like shit. That doesn't sound like I'm enthusiastic at all. I've got to take another take for this.
Yeah.
And I'd say the most amount of takes it's had for that is probably like 3. I'd say 3 is like the most I've used to like get like, you know, emphasis on someone's name correct. Because we're all equal here, you guys are all equal, no one's not more than anyone else. So you gotta make sure that, like, you know, that the tone and pitch is all the same for all of you as best as we can. So sometimes doing that takes multiple takes, you know, just so none of you feel worse than anyone else. Or better.
I will say, I can answer this question as well. I struggle with this a lot more than Joe. I find
because
it
you can't read, Mr. Trials.
Yeah, I can't read. No, because of dyslexia, of course, and like I'm just like even like in streams and stuff, like people would like follow, and I'm like, oh, thanks for following. Oh god, I can't pronounce your name.
Yeah, after you said their name like 4 times.
Because I'm so bad with people's names, and like I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, and like I need confirmation, and like I butcher everyone's name who follows me on streams, I reckon.
Probably, but we all know what you're about, so it's fine.
But yeah, this, and also enthusiasm, I do find like some people's names lead off into like an enthusiastic sort of thing, but when it's like a really short name, it's really hard to get that enthusiastic tone sometimes, or like...
Oh, true divination! Oh, Bob.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's difficult to like... Some people's names are just like... You say it and you're like, oh wait, yeah, no, that sounds really dead, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
and that's where the takes come in, right?
Yeah. Like, even some of them I still kind of want to change now, because I feel like some of them are more enthusiastic than others, and it's like, I don't mean it that way, but it's just how it's come out.
Yeah,
like,
no, I get you.
I might redo some of them. Like, I won't say names, so I won't say any names.
Ooh. I'm sure people will recognise that you said their name differently in like another video that comes up. Definitely.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little surprise then.
Okay,
right.
Your turn, Joe.
So, this is the last one from me to you.
Ooh,
this one is from Neon, and he asks, what are your thoughts on Nintendo selling remakes for full price?
Ooh, that's I don't like it.
Neon asking the real questions all of a sudden.
Neon's totally asking a real question here. I do think it's a bit cheeky that Nintendo are selling Skyward Sword for a full 60. Is it dollars for you guys? It's 60.
Yeah,
pounds
60
for us here.
US dollars.
I do think that's cheeky because that is a Wii game.
Yeah.
And like, from what I've seen of it, it's not adding anything to the value.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way I look at this is just my personal opinion. Yes, HD graphics are nice. Yes, the graphics have got a big bump. But do those graphics really warrant like an extra like tenner on top of like if you've got the game already. You know what I mean? Like
No, they don't.
no, I don't think they do. I think remakes are remasters or remakes for. He's saying remakes. I think it's more of a remaster than a remake.
Yeah.
Like, but if we're going remasters, remakes though, yeah, I could say 60 for remakes if they're remade like near, like for example, near Replicant. I think that warrants 60.
Well, that's a massive remaster.
Is it though?
Remake, remaster thing, and it's also got loads of new content in it too.
So, see, that's what I'm saying. If it's got new content, and like, I say it's more of a remake though, because they've redone the battle system.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's a remastered remake.
That's really confusing. That's like an in-between the line sort of thing.
It totally is though. Because yeah, you're like, you're remastering the game, but you're also remaking it from like the ground up too. So I guess it is more remake than remaster.
Yeah, they redid it.
Yeah.
So I say that warrants 60. But yeah, I don't think Skyward Sword warrants 60 because you improved the graphics. Oh, and you added button controls.
Yeah.
That's maybe. No,
come on, change control scheme. Fuck off. That's not worth more on top.
No, it's not warrant 60. No, I don't. I think it should be 50. For Skyward Sword, it depends on like. That's what I'm saying. It depends on like what is done to the game to add to it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Danganronpa collection. I can see the 60 behind that because it's added a fucking new game to it.
This is the collection, yeah.
Yeah, the Decadence collection.
Yeah, collections I suppose get a bit more of a pass, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, it depends what's part of the collection as well, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah, collections. Yeah, because if you put in stuff together into like one package, then yeah, I can warrant the price there as well.
Yeah.
Like currently there's an argument right now. You know those Final Fantasies that they're doing those Final Fantasy pixel remasters.
Yeah.
Perfect pixel remasters.
That's right.
Now I looked at the screenshots for those, and they are doing some work on those. Like they are like there's like in Final Fantasy VI, there's a bit where they're standing on a cliff at the beginning of the game, and you could not see the town below, right? They've actually gone in and they've made it so you can see the town below. Like they've added detail, like and shit, and like to the ground and everything. Like they've gone in and like really touched those up. But the whole collection sets you back for 60 quid.
Oh.
And those are like Super Nintendo games. So it's like, but I totally see it because they're really going in and working on them, and also like, yeah, they're putting the effort in. They are
working on it.
But that's But see, the funny thing is, when I say that though, that is graphical touches. That isn't gameplay touches. That's just graphical touches. And they're Super Nintendo games, so yeah, maybe 60 is a bit too much for the whole collection. But it's 6 games. I guess you look at it like tenner a piece,
it's hard.
Which doesn't
There's
seem
a lot
so.
of factors that can.
Yeah, it's so hard. It is.
I think that's always going to be a split opinion.
It really honestly depends on like what you think is worth the value.
Yeah.
Like if you as a person, I guess. Like I don't consider Skyward Sword worth the value just because of just the control scheme change and the graphical update.
You can also get all of these for more cheaper on Steam, which we're not going to compare to because comparing to Steam is just unfair.
Yeah, and then I look at those Final Fantasies and I'm like, yeah, that's worth 60, but all it is a graphical update. And I'm like, just like those games, because it's pixel art, I guess it's more harder. I don't know if it's more harder, but going back and like adding detail to classic games, like super classic games, is different, I guess. I don't know. It's not really. It's just a different art style. Oh man, it's so confusing.
Yeah, it's always going to be a split opinion, I think, depending on like, is this added asset into the game worth the price of admission or like whatever? It's like
I'm a hypocrite.
Remasters definitely. Yeah. Especially if there's like a lot of effort into it.
Yeah. Remakes.
Sorry, remakes I meant. Yeah, sorry. Remakes, yeah, sure. Remasters, I think, are going to be the more like skewed sort of like opinion. Definitely. It just depends. It depends on so many things.
It also doesn't help that the Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, when that came out at like 40 quid, which is a very fair price for what they were offering.
I mean,
that could have been 60.
When a game does that, I suppose that kind of does put like people's thoughts of it in perspective. Because I guess they acknowledged that, the Crash Bandicoot games are old PlayStation 1 games. So I guess they thought they're still playing the same game. But it's just being completely like remade, remastered, that old chestnut. So I mean, like 40 is a very fair price for that. I feel. So I feel like full price, like 60 for that, maybe would have been a bit much now that I think about it. But maybe I'm just thinking that just because they put it at 40. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just because they put it at 40.
Yeah,
I feel like you're thinking that pricing is so important when it comes to these things. Like, there's a huge argument going on right now with Metroid Dread. And I've seen this argument, and I actually think...
I've seen it. It's annoying. It's a new game. It's Metroid 5, for fuck's sake.
This is the dumbest argument, though. Because, we were talking... This is going a little bit off track.
Game.
This is that's what I'm saying. Hollow Knight's muddied the waters, right? Because, Hollow Knight was, super cheap, and you got, it's like, well, what makes that better than, what?
Indie game, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, right? They're looking at it like it's an indie game. It's not. It's not an indie game. It's not an indie game. But then there's this massive argument now with 2D games should be cheaper than 3D. I'm like, no!
No, that's... No, you're... Imagine if horror games were sold for 20 quid just because they're super scary. Imagine if you sold games based on their genre. That's basically what they're saying, and that's ridiculous.
I know, that's so dumb. That does not. In some cases, right, 2D games are better than 3D games.
I'm more hyped for Dread than I am Prime 4.
I mean, I'm really excited for Dread. Dread's on the top of my list of excitement.
Dread looks great. I can't wait for that game to come out. Of course, it's gonna be worth the full price of admission because that's a brand new fucking game. It's Metroid 5.
I know, but it's just the fact that it's this argument's so dumb because it's just 2D games can be better.
Yeah.
They can cost more. They can cost even more to make than a 3D game in some cases.
Shouldn't even be a subject to talk about.
It really shouldn't.
Because it's 2D, it should be cheaper. No.
That's so dumb.
Shut up.
That's so dumb. Yeah. Anyway, Neon, we jumped off track there, but yeah, that was a good question, man.
Yeah.
I hope I answered. I don't agree with the whole, but it is subjugated, I think, to person by person.
Yep.
It depends on the game.
Yep.
That's really what it comes down to, really. It depends on the game. As sad as that is, but it really does depend on the game.
Yeah, it's always going to be a split opinion.
Alright, Joe.
Last one for me.
What? Neon, the last two questions are very, very one note.
Yeah, go on, shoot. I think Neon's got a lot out of the first question, so we can give him another.
Yeah. Heaven or hell?
Mankind knew they could not change society, so instead of reflecting upon themselves, they blamed the beasts. Heaven or hell? Duel 1. Let's rock.
I think he answered the question there, guys.
There you go. Always blame the beasts. And remember, if it's not blazing, it's just bullshit.
Oh man, there we go, and that is it. That is it for our Dionysus questions. And
wicked. I'll get ready for work. I've got to go there in like an hour's time.
Ah, shit. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for our podcast this month.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry it's a bit later than usual, but
yeah, stuff happens. Sometimes. But we're okay now.
We worship you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much
Hope
for
you
keeping
enjoyed
up the
this
support.
one. Always love your support. Your support means so much to us always. Take care, everyone.
Love you.